We are officially live. We won't have an audience for probably 2 or 3 minutes, but we are recording starting now. So this is where we say hello to all the YouTube people who are going to catch us later. Because they're the only ones who hear this part.
True.
Hi, YouTube.
This is why I say, what do I do with my hands?
What do I do with my hands?
That's perfect. You do the jazz with them, as I imagine Dallas just did when he was singing.
Karina, you know me so well.
I just had a vision.
Was the vision from the Phoenix?
No, because I don't believe in deities.
Believe in the Sasha that believes in you, is what we learned last week.
I guess, yeah, we did, didn't we? I didn't even think about it that way, but no, literally.
That's how it went down.
Don't mind Sasha.
That way.
We're not even gonna have to do a recap this week because we're really starting a fresh adventure. Like what y'all did last week is not relevant to what is going on this week.
Yep.
Anyways, because I really like them.
Okay.
Hello, observers. This is your disclaimer, and I'm gonna say it at the beginning of each of our live stream sessions for this project. This is not a live stream performance. This is just one of my normal weekly games who the group happens to be going on a vacation where they get to remove their characters from all the plot drama they're currently experiencing and go have what is dubbed a beach episode. Only it's going to be like 5 episodes. And while we're doing that, we're going to stream it, and it's going to be super fun. The only thing we are going to do differently than we normally would is we're going to take a minute here at the beginning to introduce ourselves. So we're going to do that as usual in the order we appear in Discord. Just go ahead and say your name or however you want to be identified, and then your character name. And if you want, you can give one sentence about who your character is, but they're going to find out soon enough, so don't sweat it.
Hello, hi, I'm Amy. I am playing Rowan. She is the Phoenix. You know what? That's about it. Everything else is written in the chat. There we go.
Hi everyone, I'm Natalie. I will be playing Callan, who is a Dragonborn Artificer.
I am Dallas MacArthur. I am the Dungeon Master here. And yes, I'm going to be playing all of the absolutely terrible Scottish accents.
I'm already excited.
Fantastic. I am Kevin. I will be playing Finan, the half-elf dashing swashbuckler. We'll see how many conundrums I have to work my way out of this time.
Hello, I'm Casey. I will be playing Parith, and Parith is basically just a spellcasting focus for the god of chaos.
Oswald. You know him, you love him. He's chaos.
The arcane focus, the god of chaos. That's good. I like that.
It's accurate.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge. Sarah, you're next.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Zahn. I'm chaotic useful.
That is
the best introduction.
I did love that in your description, by the way. If anyone that's watching is in the Discord and can go look at the descriptions, that's the second sentence I think on Zahn's description is the
It's
chaotic
so
useful,
true.
and it was so good. I loved it. Speaking of which, I am Karina, or Last Starmaker if you're looking at the Roll20 screen. I will be playing the Bjornvin multi-class ranger rogue, Sasha Lightfoot.
I think that's everyone. It is. Excellent. Next week, we will be joined by our friendly muscle cleric, Yelena. And I'm very excited.
I'm missing our hashtag gains cleric.
I miss that beef boy.
So, the lot of you, after leaving the docks on two very elegant and anciently crafted ships that were sent just for you, have been taken to a magical island somewhat off the coast where it seems to be eternal winter, but that's not a bad thing. Your navigators brought you to the dock with an expert, perfectly memorized routine that took them through the eternal storm that shrouds the island from the outside world. It's very calm. There's a light snow falling over the peaceful village. You can see lights brimming out of every window, and occasionally a good roar or a shout of glee will accompany a burst of music or, a splash of ale coming out one of those windows as well. What do you do?
Quick question, is Patrick intentionally on the boat?
Yes.
Did you mean to have Patrick there? Okay,
Patrick
just
is
making
supposed to be
sure.
on the boat.
Oh,
Great.
It made sense to me that Patrick wasn't on the boat that Zahn was, but then I also was like, did he mean to do that? So good. I just.
Now that you mention that, I have to make sure I put him in the next scene too. So anyone on the live stream, you're just seeing what I see, and I'm not apologizing. Excellent. Yes, he is in the correct spot in the next scene.
Okay, I just was
Great.
making sure that Patrick somehow got on the boat with us.
Yes.
Is it even a vacation if Patrick is there?
Yes.
If we get him drunk enough to pass out, then yes.
Patrick always has to provide the music.
He also doesn't he have that like summon keg of unending?
He does. He has the
So,
summon keg power.
So like if there was a moment where we were going to party, I feel as if brother Patrick here had to invite himself. So
True.
Fine.
When you call him Brother Patrick, he sounds like a monk.
I mean,
Absolutely not.
drunken fist. A, B. He is brother Patrick because he's Zahn's brother.
Excuse you, and apologies to the stream. He's fucking Patrick. How dare you?
Sorry, I wasn't being Sasha.
Get it
in that
right!
moment. Sorry, Sasha definitely continues to call him fucking Patrick, because she thinks that is his name.
I should probably also take this moment to say that this stream is likely going to be a little more vulgar than most of our streams. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah, real D&D, guys. We love you, but,
We
whoops.
love you, but this is real D&D.
Hashtag, inside jokes.
And unfiltered. As far as what we're doing, I don't think Rowan has ever seen snow before.
This is the perfect space to experience snow for the first time. It is light, it is soft, and it is just gently falling out of the sky.
Also, like, this is a great place to put this because, I don't know how Rowan is feeling, given that she's, very fire-based. Sasha probably is seeing snow for the first time that she can remember, and looks immediately at home. Like, this is where she was in the snow was where she has been meant to be this entire time. And you've never seen her in that environment.
But you're both still in the boat, so you're gonna have to do something about that.
I mean,
I'll get off the boat eventually, but I'm distracted.
I was gonna say, Dallas, you asked us what we wanted to do,
Yeah.
and you expected us to get off the boat this session.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
I understand my error. While you are both mesmerized in the snow, the third passenger on your boat just is gently plucking green sleeves for no apparent reason.
Once in his life, he has the right vibe.
when you said that, my first reaction, and this is honestly probably because I'm playing Sasha, was neither herself nor Rowan were wearing green sleeves, and I was like, because I assumed Patrick was pulling us off the boat, and I was like, but why is he plucking, we don't have green sleeves, why is he, okay, that's a good indicator for how tonight's gonna go.
It's gonna be
Well,
great.
while Patrick is gently plucking his godforsaken, overplayed, glorious, beautiful tune, Zahn is going to just tromps very purposefully past him and say either conjure a keg or get out of my way. I see fear. As she heads towards the windows that are occasionally throwing ale.
Excellent. So the town is arrayed around the resort itself, which is on a central raised plateau. Are you going to go to the bridge that leads up there, or are you going to just knock on some poor stranger's door and be like, beer?
And we've been, to make it clear, we've been told, Dallas, that we're coming here for the
Yes.
resort, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just because if we
You
weren't,
have
we're sorry.
reservations.
Okay, in which case
Okay.
that gives us some impetus to get off the boat. So thank
Yeah.
you. I needed that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just gonna sit here and get
Fanan
snowed
will
on as Sasha looks.
gladly follow Zahn's lead with that.
Fanan, I'm very
I mean-
tempted to make you roll acrobatics to get off the boat because you're the
To get
one
off the
seafarer
boat?
here.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't that mean we should all roll it and he doesn't have to?
Yes. You should all roll it, but there's just a twinge inside my soul that's like, if I make him roll that, he's gonna trip.
And the adventure has ended before it could truly begin.
It started off on the right foot.
That being the tripping one.
Indeed.
Being
Classic Fanan.
face down, ass up.
Face down.
Oh, Fanan,
Yeah.
never change.
And Patrick starts playing some club hits on his lute.
Yeah.
He gets that beatbox thing going, and you're not quite sure how he does it, but it's through the rhythmic, like striking of the lute as well. Yeah.
My jam.
Yeah.
Song
that's
stops
right.
to get down with her bad self. Fear.
As Dawn is freak dancing towards the resort,
Accurate.
I think Sasha will also start heading that direction.
Yeah, as other people are disembarking, Perith would definitely take a big breath of cold air and let it really sink in. Give it a little shiver because he probably forgot to change clothes before just putting on his armor as usual and heading out. And say, "Yes, bring us to the fire!"
There it is!
Just yeah, okay.
Rowan, are you touching the snow?
I am now.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Great.
I'm waiting for
Oh,
this.
that's an unusually good con save. 18.
18.
Wow.
You understand that you have to pull heat out of your hands in order to touch the snow without it melting.
Ooh.
I mean,
It's like a
All right.
conscious thought body control thing.
yeah, because I think the first thing that happens is she pops out and her little feet land in the snow and it immediately just
Yes. You're then walking on mud.
But now she's learning.
Rowan, Perith looks a little cold if you wanted to go walk next to him.
Just hit him with a
Gone?
firebolt.
Pulls out an
I don't have
unexplained
firebolt anymore, Dallas!
What's Zahn
Hawaiian
doing?
shirt. She pulls out an unexplained Hawaiian shirt that comes in sweater form. This is her vacation mountain sweater. Her mother made it for her. It's oversized because her mom's a centaur.
Vacation mountain sweater that's now in my notes.
Yeah.
She
That's
throws
in
it.
the notes.
These are the important things that go into our notes. And now I'm going to be searching Google for this shirt.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be searching Google for ugly Christmas Hawaiian sweater.
Nice.
Ugly
Yes.
Christmas aloha sweater.
Yep.
But you wouldn't think that there would be one because it doesn't get cold there. Oh wait, I found a perfect one.
Fanan is going to turn to Callan and just kind of see, Tia, are Dragonborn okay this far north, or, how's he doing?
Oh, yes, we're fine. We don't have these thick scales for nothing,
Not to mention,
All
if
right.
memory serves, Callan wears a trench coat at all times for the aesthetic.
Yes, and Callan will now pull out a red scarf out of his bag of holding and just wrap it around his neck. There. That's better.
It's all about the aesthetic.
Yeah. All right. with that, Fanam will kind of motion over his shoulder and disembark with everyone else.
Excellent. Your feet hit the dock with a thud, and for a moment, all is right in the world.
But only that moment.
Why do people that drive tiny little sports cars not understand that you've got to swing wide when you drive a truck?
Because they don't have to swing wide because they're not driving a truck.
But they live
Commuter
in
pain there,
Oklahoma.
Sarah?
I can't get into my damn driveway!
Ah.
Okay, we'll murder our neighbors tomorrow.
Yes.
It's a plan. Don't threaten me with a good time. All right. Is someone taking a direction besides Perith? Because I would follow Perith into the very jaws of the Shadowfell.
I will also follow Parrot, and also he said he was cold, so there's one flaming wing just trying to, like, give him a hug, but he keeps moving.
It's like that umbrella thing where, you know, you see mother, like, hens or whatever, like,
Yeah,
throw a
exactly.
wing out over the top of their chitlins. Yeah, totally.
Here I thought you were going to cast Heat Metal at like half level instead of up leveling it. You down level it so it doesn't do any damage. You just
I
warm up
don't
his
think I
armor.
have it prepared.
I still feel like that would sear and hurt Dallas.
You know what? He'd probably be fine with it, though.
I mean...
I was gonna say, he's withstood a full fireball. Like,
It's
he
true.
has the chainmail
He
impression. on his
self-combusted the other day. He's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
back.
He's
I've done that,
good.
like 3 times.
Oh my god. Callum will hop the boat and follow everyone else, but I'll also tap his book and say, "Hey, buddy, we're here."
Yay!
Your book hums appreciatively.
Buddy, do you have a map of this place?
If you're opening up your book, it will talk to you.
Yes, I am.
You get this...
I do not have precise topographical readouts for this island, but I do understand the basic directions to several points of interest.
Great. Is there anywhere we want to go, guys? Buddy might be able to help us. Might not. We'll see.
Well, Dallas, you said that we know that there's a single bridge that goes to the resort.
Yes, it is right over here. Can you not see the map?
Oh, I can. I definitely see it, but I was just wondering if Perth would go and knock on the first door he saw, or if he would actually start heading to where.
I mean, that's technically up to you.
If Perth knows where he's going, you know that Perth goes where he's going.
Yeah, we
Yes,
I mean, that
Perith
was...
knows where he's going.
Yeah.
Okay.
We would assume if we have
suspending disbelief
reservations-
far enough to say that you have some basic direction.
Yeah, reservations, you know. Come with info. We got our confirmation slips.
Okay, I guess just gonna go.
Follow Perith.
Hello, Parrot.
Yeah.
Do wanna
Follow
make
Paris
sure
to
that,
the
like-
end of the world.
Perth is going
Start
quickly,
singing.
though.
I
He's
guess
got long leggies.
Follow the Perith brick road. Doo-doo.
I mean, Callum should be able to keep up.
Do want to make sure that, like,
Oh,
Sasha and
Oh, sorry, I wasn't moving my person, but yes. Sasha
Okay.
will probably
Is
be
this going
in the
along?
back,
okay.
but yeah, she's probably very distracted by the snow, just like wonder-filled eyes, and not
I'm-
in the slightest bothered by this.
I'm bringing the Wonder Twins, Zahn and Patrick along.
Okay.
no.
Good.
After Flaming Wing came out, Perth is definitely moving at a slow enough pace to let Flaming Wing stay near.
Make use of
Good,
the umbrella.
As you approach the bridge, a single figure in gold armor and holding an elaborately inlaid spear turns to you with a smile. Good night, my friends. What brings you to the tavern of By the Frost?
Is he armed?
100%. He has a spear.
Brilliant. Zahn smiles. Unashamed.
We have reservations?
We just arrived on those boats over there.
Ah, our honored guests. Before you cross the bridge, I must know. Do you come to bring ill on this house and this island? Or do you come with good cheer, great stories, and feats of strength that will wow the generations?
Oh, we left the plague behind.
Yeah, we've been on boats before, so none of us got seasick.
Yes, we're trying to avoid the sickness currently.
Well,
And we have feats.
I've got 2.
wow,
Fanan has
y'all.
great stories.
Sorry.
Just
long enough to spin a yarn or two.
wow.
He's, in fact, known as the hero.
He's usually the hero in them, yes.
Usually.
Wow.
You get what you paid for, Dallas.
I'm well aware of that. He steps to the side and indicates down the bridge with his spear. Then come in and be welcome.
Thank you.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Despite looking like a rope suspension bridge, when you step on it, it is incredibly sturdy.
If it looks like a suspension bridge, Parrot's probably gonna bounce up and down once or twice.
It does not bounce.
Seeing that, Sasha feels much more comfortable getting on it.
Yeah. Talon does too.
Rowan is trying very hard not to burn this wooden bridge.
Patrick is trying very hard not to fall off of it.
I see
Karina
he's
looks at
already
Zahn to
started
see if
drinking.
Zahn's gonna shove
many
Patrick off of the bridge.
Patrick, you cannot pre-game for these things. Rule number 1.
You can, or you should.
Not when his sister's gonna be there. If he's with
I
me,
mean-
Especially when his sister's gonna be there.
Would be more reason to do it, unfortunately.
As you all cross the bridge, you come to the exterior door of the tavern, and it is just gorgeous. The top of the tavern, the roof, looks to be an old longship with this elegant dragon head draped upside down over the entryway. Shields adorn all sides of it, and it has a real log cabin vibe, even though it is immense.
Is there beer?
You haven't gone inside yet.
Oh, I knock on the door.
As you approach the door, the dragon head looks down at you despite being upside down.
Oh, that's the dragon head. Got it.
Oh my god.
I was trying to figure out what it was.
I thought it was a demon.
For anyone curious, I am dropping all of the actual artworks that I'm using as tokens into the By the Frost channel and live streams. So
Oh, that
you
makes
can
more
see
sense.
them there.
Oh, he's
Okay.
very cute.
The dragon looks down at Zahn. Good morning, I suppose.
About to get better. Where's the beer?
If you are merely looking for alcohol, if you step inside and go to your right, because you're correctly oriented with the world, then you will find Ludgan at the bar. She can get you anything you need.
Ludin!
If
And
you
Zahn
have
just
any
attempts-
other questions, I am Jory, and I can help you find what you are looking for here at By the Frost.
You, John.
Aw, thanks, dude.
So is this dragon made of stone or wood?
Wood. So it is like the headpiece on a Viking ship.
Huh.
And it is upside down because the Viking ship is the roof.
Oh, okay.
Aha.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, okay, why is he upside down? Okay, I understand now. Right. Jory, good morrow. How fares it?
Would fare better if anyone wanted to, stand out in the cold and actually converse with an old ship. Not to mention, if you could get the world turned around, that would be ideal.
I'll kind of survey the building from a couple steps back and just say, don't think I can do anything about that. But I may come out and converse a little bit later once I've warmed myself.
Well, your meager offering is appreciated. For us immortal wood creatures, a few short moments with a young mortal voice such as yourself, while relieving, is woefully inadequate.
What do you like to
All
talk
right,
about,
then.
Jory?
Well, have a lovely evening, morning. I don't know. When did we arrive?
It was
Actually.
evening, but Jory did say good morning.
And
Oh.
Jory is upside down though,
And-
so like
Is it?
And so is his sense of time.
Yeah.
reversed.
Yeah. Well, have a lovely evening.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
It's fast with this one.
Patrick is already pushing the doors open and striding confidently inside.
Perth just pats the head of the dragon and goes on there.
The dragon head is like 30 feet up in the air.
Oh, it's that high? Okay, never mind.
It's a multi-story building.
Okay.
It's like the big head of the ship.
There
It's like
is,
2
in the
foot
By
up,
the
right?
Frost channel, at the very top, there is a picture that kind of shows you Jory.
Oh, like that first.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
him.
Got it.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
Oh, I couldn't see it because yep,
Okay.
Perth otherwise ignores the dragon and walks in.
As you open the doors, a blast of heat off the roaring fire hits you. Everyone turns and cheers!
Does Patrick bow?
Yes.
He is the one that went in.
A mix of faces,
Ryan?
both familiar and absolutely not familiar, surround the giant central feasting table. Occasional trays are being floated back and forth, seemingly magically, from the bar and kitchens to refill the table or serve specific drinks to specific patrons. Hovering about, you can tell the tavern operators because they stand head and shoulders above everyone else and have just radiant features.
Zahn would like to sucker punch her brother.
Okay, I'm gonna
because
need a
he's
melee
a
attack.
Patrick.
Strength.
And okay. Oh.
Is it surprise? Does Zahn get advantage? Well,
Yes,
no.
Zahn has advantage for surprise.
I was gonna say this is brotherly, sisterly. I don't know. Does he expect?
Well, I mean, sisterly for Zahn is, a little different.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we weren't prepared. Now we're getting there. Okay, now we're prepared. So we're gonna roll it. Oh, screw it. We're just gonna do it.
Also, for those keeping track of the names, because I know that's a thing, specifically Karina likes having proper spellings.
Yeah.
All of the images have, when I upload them, have the correct spellings.
So, I think I hit him.
Yes, you definitely hit him. You are going to deal your, because you are not proficient in unarmed attacks, you are going to deal your strength modifier damage, +1.
That is a pretty strong, like, smack upside the head, really.
Are you smack upside the heading or ribs?
Oh no, this is definitely going to the ribs. So it's 7, but Zon just laughs it off and just swags in like she is vibing with this place.
As you hit him for 7 damage, he was like, maybe you're gonna be the one that's ow!
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Yep, that is the tone for this group.
Zon, you approach a table that has Kibble sitting on it and Deadeye and Amelia sitting at it. What are
that's
you
cool.
doing?
I'm going over here
To the
because
bar.
I was told to go to my right.
There's a young woman who barely looks old enough to handle alcohol, standing behind the bar, bustling back and forth in typical bartender fashion. But as you step forward, she meets your gaze and gives you a big smile. Hey! You're new? What's your name?
Hi, I'm Zan. How do I get a beer around here?
Well, all you gotta do is ask. Do you want a proper beer or would you like a honey mead?
Can I have both?
Of course.
Zon just starts like bobbing her head like, yeah, this is heaven.
So can someone give directions to the live stream while I continue the scene?
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you. So she lays, a tankard on the counter, and then also a proper flagon. Both for you, Zon.
Sorry, I'm not really sure what those are, but if they're full of beer, Zon brings them both up to her mouth and attempts to drink them both at the same time. I presume it ends badly.
Giant mugs. Giant mugs.
That's a dexterity saving throw. So a tankard is like a really big wooden mug, whereas a flagon is often made out of like a large beast horn.
Nice. Okay, dexterity it is. Let's see. Things have gone worse for Zon.
You're able to not drown.
That's good. That's real good.
There is a little bit of sputtering.
It's deserved.
Callan, what
Character
are
does
you
something
doing?
and you're just like, heh.
Callan is going to. He's entering. With little spider guy. He does ask for a beer.
Lodgan is very, very proficient at whipping beer up onto the table, and almost before you ask for it, there's a brimming mug foaming over the top.
Thank you.
Of course, anytime. Would any of you like menus?
Yes, please. We just arrived, and we would love to take a peek at the menu for your lovely establishment.
She slides a couple pieces of parchment over the counter, and you will see in the By the Frost chat images for the front and back of the menu.
Dare you tempt me with food, Dallas?
This is like my favorite part of the Seeker's Guide to Twisted Taverns, which to anyone who doesn't know, like that's what we're using for this whole inn, is they actually have menus for all the places that are fantastic.
Oh, I'm impressed.
If we weren't so far afield, we really would have just met up together and done a lot of drinking and ordered food, like had food from the menu prepared and like.
Yep.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, I live very far away.
I mean, Dallas isn't very close.
Yeah, I'm
either
also
right
not
now.
close.
You're driving distance, though.
That is true.
A day.
Technically, your driving distance as well. It just takes.
Okay. Look, just because I've done it one time.
So Callan has the menus, Zon has the beer and ale, or mead, rather. Parith, what are you doing?
Parith would be taking a look at one of those menus too, because, he hasn't had this wait for very long, and he's got to do something to keep it up, or else he'll get in trouble again. So
I invented my menu.
he would take one look at it and say, been a while since I had pancakes. Those look
Has
pretty
it
good.
really?
Hey, an entire day's
It's
a long
gotta
time,
be
okay,
at
Dallas?
least, like 24 hours.
Thank you so much. Now my comments make sense.
And would you like me to just put that cost on your tab then?
You could put it on his and point at Patrick.
Is everyone gonna stick Patrick with the bill?
You can make
Yo,
enough
who
beer
would
to
do
sell
that?
to him to make it worth it, right? That's how that works. I've got a keg right here. You can fill out a beer in it. Slap the keg.
Slaps keg. Oh, it's an old
And
meme,
then
but it checks
Parith-
out.
Parith would say, sure, put it on my tab, and I see some other people I gotta go see.
As Parith walks off, what's Fanan doing?
Oh, great. It has been a while since we've been able to Fanan's been able to be in a tavern proper that wasn't just like the seediest dive bar on whatever docks.
Or, literally on fire.
Yeah, given the company he now keeps. So, yeah, I think he's going to take a good look around, sort of bask in the warmth of the fire that's going over the hearth. Step up and probably order a beer to start with. Yeah.
Just a beer then?
Sorry?
Just a beer then?
Yes, I think that'll do it for me. At least to start the evening. Who knows where this will end up?
Well, should I open a tab for you?
Oh, please. Go ahead.
So it is done.
And he'll probably take his beer and probably move over to the fire and and kind of just survey the room.
Peter comes up and gives you a bit of a nudge. About time you made it.
Ah, Peter, you made it in fine?
Yeah, no trouble. How about you?
Oh. Excellent. No, it's these waters are particularly difficult to navigate, but they made it through just fine.
Rowan, what are you doing?
Rowan would like, after surveying the menu to find what Amy has found, Rowan wants some of that raspberry wine.
Raspberry wine. An excellent choice. Do you just walk up and say raspberry wine?
No. She'll go up and politely wait for Logan to notice her, as is customary at a bar. And then-
Logan is, bent behind the counter, rummaging around and getting something. And you don't see her stand up. She taps you on the shoulder from behind.
Oh! Hi!
Hi,
Hello,
sorry,
hi.
didn't mean to startle you. Can I get you anything?
Yes, I see you have raspberry wine. Can I have the wine?
An elegant choice. Would you like a bottle or just a glass?
She's gonna look around, see how much other people are drinking, and then decide that
Someone's two giant
perception
anchored-
check.
Ooh! Oh, it was so close. 23.
Nice.
It's a nat
Well,
19.
so Deadeye and Amelia are either having a drinking contest with invisible people you can't see, or are just on a bender.
Oh no!
Good. That can only end well.
Fantastic. That's my girl.
Uh-huh.
I will take a bottle. Yes.
Ludgen bends down and you see her with that high perception. You see her pull a bottle out of a small barrel with some enchanted runes on it. Check the artwork channel if you would like to see what it looks like. And set the chilled bottle on the counter and produce a wine glass and set it next to it.
You're the best.
No, I'm not. But thank you for thinking so. Are you sure there's nothing else I can get you?
I also saw that you have apples that have honey. If I could get some of the golden delicious apples, I would love that.
Of course, I'll
We
get
can
some
all-
of those sent right out of the kitchen. She steps over to the kitchen door and pops it open, and as she pops it open, you hear two voices yelling at each other. I definitely need an intelligence saving throw to see if you can separate out what each of them are saying.
Yep.
Intelligence. Oh god, why is my intelligence save that high? Dirty 20.
Nice! So there's a feminine voice talking about how pigs are family and you cannot kill family. And there's a masculine voice saying, I didn't have to go hunt in the woods for my family.
Rowan will just kind of mumble to herself something along the lines of, oh, she's right. And, take her
Daffles will be
wine.
out in just a moment.
Thank you! And off she goes.
Sasha, what are you doing?
Conversation with Jory, because of course she is.
Of course she is. Jory's just looking down at you with all that Eeyore energy.
Aww. That's great. I mean, as other people sort of start walking in, she will look up at Jory, and probably, like, Jory's eyes are side set, right? Like
Correct.
it is in the okay.
So he has to,
so-
bend his neck at weird angles to actually see people walking in the door.
Right. But as far as I could kind of tell on the picture that you directed us to of how Jory is oriented, Sasha is actually gonna go step up on the wraparound porch or whatever, and sort of to one side, to look up and they oh, she did have something specific that she wanted to say, but she'll go
Jory, you said that you knew about the area. What could you tell me?
Well, you have the inn, obviously. It attracts crafters and warriors from around the world, or so the media says.
What's media?
Anyways. Mostly it just attracts locals and frost giants. Speaking of... Jory indicates with their nose an approaching rather large frost giant in a fantastic helmet.
Well, are they friendly at least?
Well, they don't wreck the place, if that's what you mean. Leave that to the dwarves.
more bear frowning.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
the Giants run a counter business with the hot springs to the north. I hear that it's lovely. I'd love to go someday if I wasn't physically attached to this structure.
How did that happen, Jory?
You know, the generations I sailed the seas, guided the best warriors and explorers over endless oceans. And then they were like, you know, the best thing we could do for our boat is make him into a blatant roof! I'm not bitter.
I can tell. But why did they decide to leave you upside down? Or are
I
you...
suppose the bottom of my ship keeps the rain off better than the top.
Yes, but I mean, are you the ship, or are you just this front bit? Fanan would know the word. I can't remember it.
I'm the whole ship.
It was called the Jory?
No, Jory's just my nickname.
Oh.
It was called the
well,
Jormungandr.
Oh. Completely
Others
lose my
would
track
have
of thought
called
as I
it
write it down.
the World Serpent.
Oh, that's a nice name.
But that was mostly our enemies. Jory gives just a little grin.
I can't imagine a magnificent ship like yourself truly having any enemies.
But what's the point of being magnificent if there aren't those who are jealous of you, eh?
Sasha, you can't see the face that I just made. Sasha's very confused by that statement.
Oh, I think it would be nice to be magnificent, but not have enemies.
The frost giant in question, who I am putting a big picture of in the chat for everyone, nods respectfully at Sasha, glares a little bit at Jory, and walks boldly into the bar.
I mean, Sasha will say hello in giant.
The
And
giant backpedals a few steps and responds in giant, saying, "Why, hello. How are you this fine evening?"
Well, how are you?
To be honest, I'm a little warm.
Sasha, for the first time in her life, goes, gets excited isn't the word. Her face lights up though, and she looks at the frost giant, which I guess it is specifically a frost giant,
It is
right? I didn't actually
specifically
go
a
look
frost giant.
at the picture. We have encountered frost giant. Okay, yes, definitely. I'm pretty sure there were frost giants that we were fighting. That
You
one.
have.
There were some of each giant, I think.
The
Okay.
frost giants you fought before, though, were kind of generic. Each of these frost giants you're going to encounter tonight through the next few weeks are all actual, characters and not
Specific.
just enemy props.
The general, yeah, just like a general frost giant or whatever.
But they are frost giants, and they will use the frost giant template if you decide to fight them.
Well, some of them are generals, some of them are captain.
Yeah, well.
Okay, Parith.
It's the lieutenants you gotta look out for. Sasha, her face lights up, and she goes,
I understand. I get that. I've never seen snow before, but it's a little warmer than I thought it would be, from what other people told me.
The giant claps his hands together and flicks his fingers skyward, and the temperature drops 10 degrees and slightly heavier snow falls.
"Is it sub-zero temperatures yet?"
It's getting there.
She is actually says something akin to,
Oh, that's a little better, thank you.
Satisfied nod, he walks inside.
Sasha kind of does the very bare fur shake of her shoulders and head a little bit, but definitely
Jory's
appreciates
eyes don't actually move, so they have to roll their entire head to roll their eyes.
Let me see if Sasha. She does have advantage on insight checks, so yeah. She'll look up at Jory and go,
What?
Nothing, I'm sure. We're gonna get back to that conversation. We're gonna loop back around to Zahn. Zahn, you have a mug in each hand.
I do, and I briefly stop guzzling beer when the temperature outside drops because something weird is on the mountain, and Zahn is like, this is not a normal mountain.
It's also accompanied by a literal giant walking through the doors.
Her eyes get really wide with excitement because she remembers the last time she saw something that big, she stabbed it.
I am now terrified.
We have fought giants and lived. This is a thing.
It's true. It's very true.
Barely.
Hey, 1 hit point is 1 hit point, okay?
One hit point is surviving.
So Amazon's not going to stab them, but she is going to down the rest of her beers, get another round, and head over to. Does she? She would like to look out across the tables with her new round of beers, and does she see anyone that she remembers? I mean, do I remember all of them? Like.
You should remember some of them. So you obviously know Deadeye. You know
Yeah.
Kibley the squirrel.
Yes,
You know Fanan's girlfriend Amelia.
Well, yeah, she was cool.
You should remember the Bean Dwarves.
Also, those were quick aside. Those were our names, right? That's what I wrote down.
Yes, they
Yes.
are,
Just-
and they still are, and they are still going to be roleplayed by each of you.
Oh Lord! My parents did walk over there.
Yes.
I can't remember which
We knew
one
what he was
me.
doing.
I
No,
don't
fair.
think Zahn would recognize the triplets.
Absolutely not. That was so long ago.
No.
You don't recognize this charmingly handsome fellow. Nor do you recognize this rather small frost giant.
Aww, yes. Okay.
And then, of course,
So-
you do not recognize this figure. He's one of the owners and operators of the tavern.
Brilliant. Thank you. My last question is, what was the name of the dwarf that I played?
It was Sarah.
Oh.
My
Everyone was
name,
like,
Karina.
Mine's named Amy.
no, I thought that they were like whiskey, bacon.
Oh, they
Oh,
had.
beans, bacon, whiskey, and lard.
That
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
joke.
That was their last names, for what it is.
Speaking
Okay.
of, Parith, you're about to talk to the dwarf Sarah.
Wait, not yet.
Oh, Zahn, what do you
actually
got?
decide what to do. She's gonna swagger up to this fella, cause that looks interesting, and say, "Hey, buddy, what's up?"
The giant
And
looks
offer
down
him
at
one
you.
of her beers.
Takes the beer with a very gracious bow and says, "Up is from you, me, and the ceiling."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
Sasha's
Yeah.
outside nodding.
Yep. Sorry, it was actually like it wasn't even Karina nodding. It was just Sasha going this. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Zahn's gonna down her beer and go get another.
Excellent.
That was a very fruitful conversation.
Not drunk enough for that conversation.
The giant sips on the beer and sidles up to the table. Zahn, are you getting 2 more beers?
You know it.
Okay, do you want to take another action, or do you want to switch over to Parith talking to Bean Dwarf Sarah?
Yeah, we'll just do Bean Dwarf Sarah.
Parith, you are about to engage in conversation with Bean Dwarf Sarah.
Okay, thank you very much for clarifying that these are bean dwarves and not Baron, Zarin, Waren.
Yes.
See, and I thought that's what Parith thought, which is why I
That's
did.
what
I was
clarified.
looking for a space to clarify, and I found it.
Yep. I assumed Parith went that way, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that one was the one with the red beard was one of us. I don't remember who it was.
These are just my stock dwarf tokens, y'all. Calm
Yeah, it's
down.
I know that these two were two of the Perth is just gonna assume the same. He's gonna sit down with a nice, like, let out of gas now that he's a bit warmer and say, so did you just come from the square ball tournament up in Cruxia?
What?
That's an apt response.
Sorry, my best friend used to play it, and the other dwarves that I met played it. That was my bad. I assumed too much.
I'm not like the other dwarves. And she goes back to scribbling in her sketch pad. I mean, in their gender neutral sketch pad.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Checks out.
Yep.
Sorry, Perth.
Yeah, checks out.
Checks out.
Nope, that's legit.
Like, literally, Perth checks out. And moves on.
And
Done.
scene.
Don't scare them off. That's what you get drawing in your sketchbook all the time.
That was kind of rude.
You guys don't understand.
Oh no, I think we understand pretty well.
Well, we never understand because you never tell us.
You're being rude. That's what we understand.
And you're also right.
Oh, go apologize to the gentleman.
Sorry, dude. What was your name again?
Perth. And that slipped into Karen.
It's contagious.
I was gonna say, the three of us look at each other and are like, dwarves, dwarves, dwarves.
Name's
One of
Perth.
us. One of us.
Well, you know, sometime if you'd like, I can show you the square ball. It's pretty fun.
You know, I've never actually understood why it was called square ball.
Right? The
Yeah.
ball's not square.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Maybe it's played on square pitch.
Ah, yes, it is. And that square pitch is split into 4 other squares.
Squares on
subdivided
squares on squares.
Oh.
Squares
But
on
if you're playing on pitch, how does the ball go anywhere?
No, not on pitch. It's just like the pitch of the field, like the lay of the land.
Well, how am I supposed to
Well,
know?
why
I've
would
never
you pitch
played
the field? How are you supposed to... Gravity.
Besides, the smell would be awful.
Oh,
I
indeed
think
it
the
would.
smell is awful enough as we make it sometimes.
Oh, I remember that one that you let rip. Don't give yourself any more credit than you deserve.
Point of order, Dallas.
Yes.
Is Rowan still cursed with farts?
Yes.
Okay, Sasha would have tried to give you some relief from that with some. That was the plan anyway. We should just try and forage for some stuff for that.
Yeah.
I think somewhere in the midst of all this dwarf conversation, a smell emerges.
Yeah.
Carry on.
See, like that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't take credit for that one. That one's to my friend over there.
Oh,
Points
what?
Over at Rowan.
You're
I
giving
know,
this
it's
one a
just-
run for their money?
Just the tail just curls around her leg, and she's like, "Mhm."
Come on, Rowan. We're having a great time over here.
And she chugs that first glass of wine.
Just down the hatch. Rowan, as you are being yelled at, I'm gonna go with yelled at. This charmingly handsome fellow slides down without hearing a chair scrape, but he's still sitting in a chair. And he never actually stood up.
Yeah, he did the bar slide.
Yeah, and he gives you a bit of a smile and says, "Now tell me, what is a beautiful little deity like you doing in such a ramshackle place like this?"
Oi.
Okay. Okay. Several questions. Okay, there's a picture that will help me answer my first question.
What is your first question?
Vibe check. How handsome is handsome?
I mean, you tell me.
I mean, his name is gonna be Sitrep here in a second because I read it wrong.
Okay, well, he's fine.
There is a devilish smile that plays about his lips that draws you in, even if that's the kind of thing that like turns you off.
I mean, it
Okay.
takes one deity to know another, after all.
Right, and Rowan will just kind of like stroke a horn, and take a closer look at him. Second
think-
vibe check. What's the deal here? Is this an
Are you
incubus? Is
rolling
this
an
a god?
insight?
I am rolling an insight. Okay, finally I've rolled something that's not great.
Rude.
13.
13. So he definitely gives off a simply magical aura. Though you can't really pin down its source. Even if it were deity-oriented, it feels twisted, but it's far too pure to be demonic.
You have weird vibes, man.
You're not the first to say that. What am I supposed to make of you? Cute little delicate thing, flaming wings.
And she farts.
He doesn't seem to notice.
Or maybe mind.
Okay, I think that's for you to figure out what you make of me. What is your name?
Oh, I do apologize. I should have opened with an introduction. I am Sitrek.
You mean Loki? I mean Sitrek.
Whew, that one was a good one, Rowan.
I'm doing my best. I'm Rowan.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Miss Rowan. Now, can I get you some food, refreshment, maybe a good game of cards?
Oh, I don't play cards, and I have my wine, and also I have apples coming, so I think I'm all good. Can I get you anything?
Immediately regrets.
Yeah, immediately regrets asking that question, but
Oh, all I desire for the night is some intelligent company and stimulating conversation.
oh, and I have good news for you about all of my companions. We are very good at talking, and we are moderately intelligent. Except for Callan, he's very smart. She'll like peer over his shoulder at Callan.
I was gonna say, there's a joke in there somewhere about Sasha being the best at talking.
And then she said moderately intelligent, and I was like, I mean, probably on average, yeah.
Yeah.
Callum will notice Rowan looking at him and raise an eyebrow.
You're very smart. You make good talking.
Well, perhaps I should be going
Well.
and having this conversation with him then.
You could if you wanted.
Again, seems to effortlessly slide down the table despite there not being a bench.
And Rowan's gonna go slide over to some dwarves who are probably less likely to hit on her.
I don't know, that last one that you ripped was pretty good.
Like I said, I'm doing my best.
Sitrick slides right up to Callan. Why, hello, good sir. I'm told that if I want to have good conversation, it is you I should inquire to.
Well, I shall see. They only say that because I have been in academia, so.
Ah, what field is your research? I've always had a passing interest in the academics myself. Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you, no. This beer is fine. I'm just examining some of the fiddles on the table.
Ah, yes, I recommend the pork. It's not always on the menu, but it is quite delicious.
Quite relaxing. Okay. I think I should the slices. So he moves, to break off the slice, of course, and then, well, not break off, but cut it off.
Yeah, with a
He
carving
doesn't.
knife.
Yes, uses all the utensils. Puts it on the plate. What do you do, sir? Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from here and there. Well, I would consider myself a world citizen, as it were. And I document things.
Oh, what kind of thing?
Oh, about anything you could imagine. History, biology, advances in social structures and culture.
Interesting. Have you found anything worthwhile?
Well, it has been quite the merry chase of your band, completely revolutionizing how government works in an entire half the world.
To answer everyone's questions, no, Talon is not usually aware of when he's being hit on at any time.
We're gonna move from this conversation. We'll come back to it in a minute, but we are overdue to check on Fanan.
Yeah. After kind of surveying the scene and just seeing how everybody plays out, I'm probably this is nice and everything, but this party could use a little bit more life.
Oh no.
So now, why do you go and say a thing like that?
Yes.
So Fanan is going to go back over to the bar thereabouts and say, yes, excuse me, can I get another beer, having not finished the one that he's currently on.
Logan pops up. Of course, right away. Tankard
Yep.
on the table, almost as if by magic.
Ah, fantastic. Best service I've had in my life. We'll take it over to Patrick and place that in his hand.
Patrick is very busy playing Stairway to Heaven. That takes both hands.
Anyway, here's
That is
Wonderwall.
fine. Pushing it into his hand around his lute and here, drink, don't play.
Drinking while playing that one 4-minute solo.
Uh-huh.
He's got one of those beer hats.
Don't tempt Patrick. He might conjure one. I wish there was a way where I could play and drink at the same time.
And Patrick's gonna awkwardly dance with you while still trying to play and drink the beer out of your hand over to the table.
And set it down, and I'm gonna be over here with the partiers, seeing what's up with Deadeye and Amelia.
Deadeye slides a plate of apples across the table. May I offer you a candied apple?
That sounds fantastic, and you will
trying
absolutely
time.
take one.
Why, Fanan, it is simply fantastic that you have arrived. I have not seen accommodations of this sort since long before the Blight.
I don't think I've seen. They're not too common in these parts either. So I would consider ourselves lucky, and we should enjoy it while we can.
Kibley is nibbling honey apples off of the tray offered.
Might say he's even nibbling them.
Oh, hey, Kibley. How's it going?
Squirreling them away, perhaps.
Ooh, zing!
Ooh.
The literal squirrel in a kilt on the table looks up to Fanan and says, "It is going rather well, thank you."
I'll just hoist my tankard in his direction and drink to his health.
Really? You really want Kibley's health in this moment in the story?
It's fine.
yes.
We'll get back to it.
We're on vacation!
We're on vacation.
Yeah.
We're on vacation.
He wants to be here. That's his choice. We're vacationing.
Yeah.
Patrick finally finished Stairway to Heaven and is wringing out his hand. And-
Freebird.
What did you yell?
Freebird.
Bird.
What else would you yell?
Dawn,
Holds up a finger while draining the tankard offered.
Wait. Who yelled Freebird and how far away are they?
It's Fanan.
Fanan,
Not that
and
far.
very close to you. Do you respond?
Yes, you know. Oh, yes. Wait, I can move. We take a dagger and we try and pin his arm to the table.
Oh God.
Who, Fanan's?
Fanan's or Patrick's? Because Patrick's the one that's about to play.
Finance for saying it, and if Patrick starts to play it, oh, there will be other repercussions.
Okay. Money on the table. How many sessions until Zanya breaks Patrick's loot?
Don't give her any ideas yet.
Depends on how many times Finance asks.
I'm still waiting to see the 6 mystery potions go down Patrick's throat.
Zon, if you are throwing a dagger at Fanan's sleeve, I need Fanan to roll a dexterity saving throw, and that is the number you have to beat on your ranged dagger attack, which you got a 20, it looks like.
Lol.
Okay, so just a dex save.
Dex save, number to beat's 20. If you fail, your arm is pinned to the table via sleeve dagger.
Please.
Green sleeve dagger.
Hey-oh.
You had your hand up requesting, and you just dropped your hand as the dagger flies over and hits the table.
Oh, get it, bitch! It was a surprise!
Sure, roll
You
with
don't-
advantage, Zanya.
Do you not
See if
think
you
that
can
when-
beat a 26.
I was also gonna say, do you think Fanan doesn't know what he's doing when he asks Patrick for Freebird? You would be more surprised if he didn't throw the dagger, alright?
I've had too many beers at this point.
Hey, a 20 is still nothing to scoff at.
This
Fanan's
party
just
isn't lively enough.
20 was... There was danger.
There was danger in the air.
very calmly lowers hand back down.
Deadeye leans back in his chair and holds out a dagger to Zanya.
Yes. I was hoping that you were gonna do that. I'm not gonna lie.
Next time, don't miss.
Ayo.
Why, yes, you can
Good
offer me a
Jedi
dagger in
look.
my time of need.
She says, adopting Deadeye's accent.
I was gonna say, I think my favorite thing about playing with Sarah is when I put on my ridiculous southern accent, I get matched, drawl for drawl.
Or in the case of the daggers, draw for draw.
Yes.
Oh. All
No, I'm
right.
right.
Okay.
No, I'm right.
Rowan,
Uh-huh.
a very imposing figure steps up behind you and puts a tray down on the table gently in front of you with your honey apples on it. You
Oh.
notice the figure has a raven on one shoulder and another one flitting about his wrist.
Thank you.
Oh, no. Thank you. Rowan, was it? It is not
Yes.
every day that these walls are graced with a deity. You honor us with your presence.
I'm just on vacation, but thank you for
We
the
shall
apple.
delay any ceremonies that we would have in your honor if you wish to not be made issue of. But I tell you this, I am Harl Alfet, the owner of this establishment. If there's anything you need, merely speak it, and it will be delivered to your hands.
Okay, if we could not do any of the ceremonies, that would be great. But thank you for your excellent service. I'm looking forward to my apples.
very respectful nod. And go ahead and roll an insight check.
Ooh, okay. What is my insight mod? That was a good number. Yeah, baby! 26!
So this is incredibly genuine. Like, he's not coming on to you. He is not going to make a big deal out of this if you want to not be made a big deal out of. He is very classily handling having a celebrity in his in his establishment.
Excellent. Perfect Raven man.
Perfect
Full disclosure, Rowan saw a Raven and was like, I've committed fraud. But now she feels better. So she's gonna eat
I'm
an
very
apple.
confused about what you're referencing, but I'm sure it's something.
Well, it was the Raven Queen who brought Rowan back the first time, right?
Yes,
Except
true.
it was Trevor's
true.
name.
This is
Yep.
true.
Raven Queen fraud.
Also,
Yes.
you've met Odin for what it's worth.
You have
so-
met Odin before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not in deity form, but,
true.
And this isn't Odin, this is Harl Alfet.
Sorry,
What are you talking
sorry,
about?
yeah. He's Harl Fet One Eye. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yep, for sure. Not Odin. Never
Harl
Odin.
All Fathers.
Yep. Anyway, Rowan will eat an apple and slide the plate towards Callan, who seems to be having stimulating conversation, but could probably use an apple.
Can I offer you an apple in this trying time?
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Can I offer you an apple in this trying time?
Okay. I'm gonna check in on Sasha real fast.
Oh, it hasn't changed, Dallas. That's probably a mistake.
I don't have to. We can pass your turn and keep moving.
She's gonna be talking to Jory, and it's gonna be painful, so it's
Okay,
fine.
we'll keep moving then. But we'll note that you're keeping Jory company.
Yeah, that's it. That's really all she's doing. Purposefully, but and she'll, if there are the giants that I see now that are coming up, I mean, she'll like nod and say that same like meek giant hello that she gave what was his name? Bone Chiller?
He didn't introduce himself.
Yeah, Karina knows that.
Yes.
Karina also still wrote down his name because she said hi to him. But yeah, Sasha will do the same thing to the other giants if
Excellent.
they-
We'll play that out in a moment.
Sure.
Zahn, besides throwing daggers at Fanan, is there anything particular you are doing?
Yeah, so our last attempt at making friends didn't go great, but we're feeling a little better now.
If you don't throw daggers at your friends, this wouldn't happen.
Oh, I can't measure, I have to move. So we're gonna saunter up to Amelia, but we don't remember her name. So we're gonna walk up and be like, hey, Chiquitita, what's up?
Amelia has had... Let's find out.
How many beers? Am I getting drunk with
11
Amelia again?
beers.
Yay!
Yeah, girl.
What's
And
her
is-
con save on those?
Barely holding her head above the table.
As per usual.
And as you say hello in that way, she bats her eyelashes at you and says, "You are the most gorgeous thing that has ever graced this establishment."
Damn straight, and she cheers his beers.
Fanan is affronted.
Rowan is like,
No,
yeah,
she's
more
right.
of us at the other end of the table.
She notices your affront and sticks her tongue out at you.
Yeah. I roll my eyes.
Does Vaughn notice this? Can she play into it?
Yes.
Zon puts her arm around her and goes, "Come on, honey, let's have some more!" And winks at Fanan.
No,
Patrick starts playing Raise Your Glass.
Oh, we don't hate this.
You did want to party, Fanan.
Amelia
decides not to
has
live
a
it that
beer
way.
and is drinking with you.
Brilliant.
Singing the
It might
song.
be dangerous.
Hopefully. We're gonna wait until I've had 11 beers, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay. Okay.
Is there
Callan.
cheese in my way, or can I get on the table? Sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, what's in your way, or can you get on the table?
I was like, is that cheese in my way, or it looks like
Cheese
charcuterie?
can move.
You could also just eat the cheese and then step on the
Oh.
plate. Like that is.
I mean, that's kind of Well,
Yep.
I'm waiting for my next turn. Sorry. I
No,
have to
you can
brainstorm.
do it. Do it. Turns are very
No.
fluid right now.
Oh, I'm just gonna eat some cheese and drink some beer, and we'll see what happens. Okay.
Cheesy beer.
Cheesy
Callan,
beer.
Sitrek's conversation, while exceedingly flirtatious, is oddly stimulating. He is very knowledgeable about the world.
Yeah, and Callan is interested in his travels just because, he's been so many places and probably has gained a wealth of knowledge about the different cultures. He's not thinking anything, that anything flirtatious is going on at all. It's just not registering.
Is there any specific questions you're asking?
Yes. So, did you find anything just extremely
Please look more directly at your mic when you talk so I can understand you.
Okay. Did you find anything that was just extremely odd or unheard of, eccentric?
In
On your
my world travels.
Yes.
Oh, there are so
Yes,
many
of course,
odd
in your
things
world
in the
travel.
world. I mean, take this place, for instance. How does a tavern exist and yet have no outside sources of income? Everyone who comes here lives on the island or is a special case, like yourself. How does that even happen? And yet the food is always flowing and it never seems to go bad. Does that strike you as strange?
It's probably because of all of my adventures the adventures we've had lately, my companions and I. No, it actually just struck me as more of a relief than anything.
Well, then you are blessed with either ignorance or inner peace, either of which I am exceedingly jealous of.
Maybe peace will find you one day.
I do
You
hope
might
so.
have to keep looking for it. And Callum will also ask about just the different continents he's been to.
The different continents?
Well, he said he's been basically a world traveler, right?
Correct.
So, yeah, he will ask about the different continents. And other questions about the climate there.
I was in Cruxia recently, had a stimulating conversation with a well-muscled fellow named Gaston. He was quite determined to release some ancient princes that had been locked away long ago. I believe he got a whole gaggle of adventurers to follow him on this quest. It was quite entertaining.
Oh. I'm sure. What's the story?
And then I was chasing a rather what's the word? Not brigand, not sailor, pirate-ish. I was following a rather pirate-ish band that went into Celestia. They Didn't take well to city life, but then suddenly I found them in Cruxia. And I'm not really sure how that happened. I'm gonna have to take it up with Oswald.
How loud is this conversation?
Please
That's
roll
true.
perception.
Oh yeah.
Not loud enough for you to hear with a 4.
Yep. No, Beth's got other things on his mind right now.
The farting contest with Rowan, probably.
Actually,
Peter,
he approached
apparently.
Peter. Yeah.
Callan, did you have any response to either of those comments?
Helen remembers those stories and doesn't really want to go into any detail about them. Like, yes, you should ask. What was he? He was. Oh gosh, the name left me.
Oswald.
Oswald. Yes. Yes, that would be a great person to ask.
Maybe I'll invite him here. Seems like a good place for a meeting, wouldn't you think?
Who? Oh, for a meeting with you, yes.
You could
Maybe.
invite your
I
boyfriend,
don't
and the
know.
4 of us could hang out. I'm sure there'd be incredible conversations.
And I don't believe we've met before. What is your name?
Oh, I'm Sitrek. It is a pleasure to meet you, Callan.
How did you know my name?
I told you, I'm a world traveler. I document things.
Yes, but my name is not being talked about.
You're the liberator of Infepton. You don't think that's significant?
No. It's when compared to the world. Maybe.
Sitrek snaps his fingers, and a book appears on the table. And he starts scribbling in it with a quill and ink.
What are you writing down? Exactly.
I'm taking note of that you are either ignorant or humble. Though, with 2 instances of potential ignorance, it does make me wonder.
Alright, I will leave you to your notes and go chat. Go see what some of the other my companions are up to.
Parith.
Cal will excuse himself from the conversation.
Parith, what are you doing?
Perith has approached Peter, and could I please have Patrick make a performance check?
Sure.
How good is that song that he's playing, Raise the Glasses?
I was thinking Raise Your Glass by Pink.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
sure.
the one
That's
that
what I
was
meant.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Performance, that comes up
Ooh.
a 24.
That's
Yeah.
a flippin' 24.
It's a
Perith,
J.
Perith
it's a
warmed
fun-
up, met some friendly faces. Like, he's going with it. He hits the table twice, tells Peter, "Man, it's warm over here. What part of party don't you understand? Come on, join us."
Yes. Onto the
And-
table.
And he starts heading off to grab a beer, like, arm slightly on Peter's shoulder, trying to pull him along.
I mean, roll a persuasion check. Peter begrudgingly follows you.
And we start heading towards to get drinks.
Excellent. Rowan, Callan just approached you. I can't tell you what looks on his face, but I'll bet you Natalie can.
He just seems a little slightly uncomfortable. And that's the look on his face. As he approaches Rowan, he goes, Rowan, you know that gentleman over there?
Unfortunately.
Have we met him before? It seems, just a little too much.
Well, I feel like I would remember if we'd met him before. Unfortunately. Do you want an apple? You seem like you need an apple.
Alan, it's about to say something else, but then stops and hesitates a bit, and then decides, yes. Why, yes, I do. An apple's just what I need. Thank you, Ren. And takes a big bite into it.
In the middle of him chewing, Rowan's like, do you think we've met him before?
Callan.
Apple in mouth.
He's chewing.
It's a good apple.
Yeah, hold on.
It's candied.
I did see this. I was
I
like,
don't
I
know
wanted
what's
that.
wrong.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you're back.
Am I?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, what did we just do? What did Rowan just say?
You
She asked if we'd met him before.
Not that I can recall. I don't recall seeing him anywhere, actually. It's just, yeah, to know too much about your story.
He's got weird vibes.
Absolutely. He knew things about me that I didn't tell him. I think I'm just going to go hang out over here for a bit.
Be warned. All the dwarves are farting, and so am I.
There.
One of them, can't tell which one, lets one rip, absolutely. Yeah.
Callan just walks just a little bit further and decides to stand by the fire instead.
Wise choice.
Rowan, besides farting, are you doing anything of note before we take a moment to go back out to Sasha?
No. She's, I think, I would say, another glass and a half into her wine.
Excellent. You got a con save for me?
I sure do. That's a 13.
You know the scene of Legolas in the tavern?
I think it's starting to affect me.
Into my fingers. I think it's starting to affect me.
Yes.
I needed that reference today. Oh, good times. It's an old meme, sir, but it checks out.
Sasha, as you are painfully chit-chatting with Jory.
Okay, it's probably painful for Yuri because Sasha has no concept of her awkwardness 99% of the time. But yes.
Two frost giants approach.
Okay.
Art in the same place as usual.
Mhm.
One male, one female. And they kind of just are walking past. They're not really stopping. They're not being impolite. But they're here for tavern things.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't, she spoke up because Bone Chiller nodded at her. If they don't acknowledge her, she'll continue her conversation with Jory.
Excellent. What are you talking to Jory about?
You said something about other things that were of interest. Was there something besides the inn and the hot springs?
Well, one of the main attractions here, if you can even call it that, are the crafting and specialty workstations and lessons. If you want to learn how to make anything with your hands, I'm sure someone with hands can teach you how to do it.
Wow, that's funny. I thought you would be the main attraction here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're very interesting. I've never met a ship that could talk before.
Well, then you clearly haven't met very many ships.
Immediately like, no, I think it was just the one. And I didn't try to talk to the boats. Do the boats that bring us here talk? I didn't mean to be impolite.
No, they're, mundane. Anyways, aren't you going to go join the merriment?
It's kind of nice out here. And you seemed like you needed someone to talk to. I'm not very good at it, but I'm glad to keep you company.
Don't trouble yourself.
Oh, I'm not.
Good.
Not moving.
Are you gonna sit in awkward silence?
You say awkward. Sasha started watching the snow and just seems very comfortable to be right here where she is.
Excellent. Fanan, accompanied by a mild blast of cold air, two more frost giants walk in behind you.
Ooh. Certainly in for some larger company tonight. Let's see. Fanan is probably, I'm gonna say, a D4 more beers in now.
Okay, so give me a D4.
That's
That is
Aw.
one beer. You've been too busy singing. Patrick is about to start the Wellerman unless you stop him.
Oh no.
We all know what happens when Patrick starts the Weatherman.
No. Try a different one. Are you sure you don't know another one? As I was going over the Farfankeny Mountains. You know that one?
Ask him if he knows the Romani Rhapsody.
Whatever. I will go over...
Whiskey in the Jar. That's what you were referencing. I'm like,
Yeah,
that
that's what I
sounds
was
stupid
referencing.
familiar.
Yeah, that was the Not a shanty, but a different folk song. It's
The same. Yeah, it's the same.
Same
thing.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, neighborhood. I will go over, grab it's not a full beer, but just like a what was it? Did they have like a butter ale? What was it?
There's
A honey ale? There's a what?
There's mead.
There is a
Honey
menu.
mead.
Oh, a honey mead. Yes. I will have one of those, please.
Of course. Slides it across the bar at you.
Okay. I will grab it, and having looked around and not seen Sasha, I will kind of take a peek out the door and just kind of spy her out there. And
Snow's probably gathered on her at this point, and she's just watching it silently.
she looked pretty happy out there,
Yeah.
pretty content.
Mm-hmm.
The Nan will briefly use oh gosh, whatever. Yeah, sure. Just to show off. New Eldritch Invocation that just lets me cast Disguise Self whenever.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Mask of Many Faces. That was appropriate given my patron.
Yes.
Yeah, it basically lets me cast Disguise Self as a cantrip.
I'm surprised you haven't said hello to your patron yet. That's really what's been.
We'll see.
They're here. They're over there, Fanan. You haven't even said hello yet. Jeez.
They don't have that kind of relationship.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. He talks to other deities on the side anyway, so like.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time he
Anyway.
tries to contact.
Yeah. he'll invoke that just to turn into basically another copy of Sasha, just sans armor, just large bear.
Let me go get the
and we'll count-
token.
Yes, there is in fact a token.
There is. Bum, bum, bum. Can be edited and controlled by Kevin. There we go.
Yeah.
Alright. You should have the token. It didn't populate. That's very annoying. Give me a second. There it is.
Okay. Just gonna come out.
Oh,
With the honey
great. Now there's two of you.
And we'll pass this over into Sasha's hand. Paw.
Oh, thank you.
Just remind me, is Fanan holding a drink, like 2 drinks, and hands her one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
She squints her eyes at the bear, but doesn't say anything else.
Speaking in Fanan's voice, you just hear it go, "We're in there. We'd love to have you if you want to join, but you seem pretty content out here."
Oh, I can come in. I forgot.
No. I'm not forcing you.
The snow's really pretty, but I can come inside. I
It's-
haven't been in yet.
Sasha, you enjoy it as long as you like.
Is this honey mead?
And she like,
Should be.
oh,
Thank you.
I mean, she'll
And
take a sip of it.
notioning to Jory, and it's like, "And how are you?"
Oh, you know, terrible as always.
We were just hanging around, Fanan.
You get another dramatic head roll from that.
I'll barely suppress a chuckle. Well, what else have you all been talking about? Anything else any other spots that we need to hit on the island before we leave?
Dory told me that there is a hot springs that the frost giants have to the north.
Oh, a hot bath sounds absolutely fantastic right
now. And then there's also crafting. If you wanted to take lessons on how to make something, it seemed that was also available.
Seems like more of a Callan thing.
Maybe, but you could make something pretty for Amelia.
Yeah, I need to get around to that, don't I?
Uh-huh.
Speaking of that,
I mean, it's so much easier to just,
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's so much easier to just, find something and then, if no one else is using it, just...
Sasha's frowning at you, but it's not for what you aren't saying. She'll frown at you and then she goes,
But, Fanan, it means so much more if you make something.
It would mean just as much if I stole it. You know her.
I think I do. And she didn't really care for the other gift that you stole for her.
Don't remind me.
She
What kind-
does appreciate Robert's regalia, though.
Yeah, I haven't quite gotten around to asking for that back yet.
I don't know if you could tear it from her. Well, okay, you probably could tear it from her. But
Sasha,
she
don't...
says it straight-faced too. Like,
Don't.
Karina laughed, but Sasha's just like, no, you probably could tear it from her. But I don't think that you...
Gives you a look.
And honestly, it's that sincere, like unbashful. Like she just said it straight up and then was like,
No, you probably could tear it from her, but I think that she would appreciate something more if she knew that you had spent time on it and hadn't just stolen the time from someone else.
Speaking of stolen time,
ew.
says Jory, you really should ask someone why the Frost Giants are so angry with the proprietors of this inn.
Oh, there's a few of them in there. I didn't know they were angry.
The feud is cordial's the wrong word. This is
Use
the
the word
only good place to eat in town. Anger only carries you so far on an empty stomach.
Oh, that's very true.
Well, perhaps we'll be in there to mediate any potential disagreements.
And when we say
Well,
we,
I'd make
we
sure
mean
to
him.
attend the wedding if you want to mediate anything.
Wedding?
Wedding?
Haven't you heard?
We just got
literally
into
just stepped
town.
off the boat.
Jaffrey and young Torsten are going to be wed once Torsten finishes the construction of the stable.
Is Torsten stalling?
No, Torsten is working quite efficiently. It is Jaffrey who is stalling.
Thank you, Karina.
Sasha also, again, most of these lines are very sincere. Like, even the hanging around, that one, if you looked at her, might have been the only one that she has said so far that was intentionally eyes twinkling. The rest of this is just Sasha. Karina thinks about it later half the time and is like, no, that was bad. That was real bad. I'm not sorry, though.
We're gonna leave that on ice for a second. Parith, we haven't called on you in a hot minute.
Okay. In our time of high spirits, we're going to see this guy drinking alone and grab his shoulder and say, "Come on, friend. No one should be drinking alone at this time. We're here on vacation."
Well, you're vacationing, I'm working. But that's alright, I'll still have a drink with you. What's your name?
Parith.
I'm Torsten. I gotta get back to work on the stable, but thought I'd get a good dinner first, you know what I mean?
It's pretty cold out there. I wouldn't go outside. Why don't you have a drink with us?
Frost Giant looks at Self, looks at Parith, is confused.
Parith looks at Self, looks at Peter, looks at Frost Giant, looks at Self.
With the two warmest people in here.
So, are you gonna have a drink with us?
Hey! What are you drinking? I just ran out.
Oh, you're talking about this Frost Giant?
No, it's this Frost Giant. This is a very small Frost Giant.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Still definitely Frost Giant blood, but much closer to human-sized.
I don't know. Let me go see what they got. Goes up to bar and... Oh, where is it? By the frost. Here we go. Something made from the south. I like it. Ambrosia.
Ooh.
Walks up. Could I get an ambrosia, please? And actually, make it 3.
Alright, takes just a minute for me to whip those up. There is going to be a 2 gold mock-up on those. Our refrigeration unit is failing, and it will you know, it's harder to keep a stock of one of the rarer ingredients. Is that going to be all right?
Have we gotten any gold since day one of our campaign?
Nope, but they have a tab for you. So, what is money?
Because Perth has 18 gold pieces. There's always Patrick. Perth says,
Point at Patrick and be like, put it on his tab.
All right, Fanan. All right, Paris. He'll just play his way out of any kitchen dish duty that he needs to do anyway. It's fine.
And how are we looking on those pancakes?
Ah, yes. Your pancakes will be right out.
Gives her a hearty nod and goes
The
back.
ambrosias are laid out on the counter in front of you.
Oh, he definitely takes those and hands them around.
Just as you get back to your table, a tray floats over with the pancakes on it. And a little note that says, terribly sorry, my sister is giving me the runabout because I want to put pork on the menu.
Barrett, just a little bit of drool, but and he will hand a glass to. Oh, I've already forgotten his name.
Torsten?
Torsten. Yeah, Torsten and Peter.
Let me go ahead and
say,
put the full image I have of Torsten.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
just a headshot.
Yeah.
Okay. He'll hand a glass to Torsten and a glass to Peter and say, to vacation or hard work or the hard work that gets us vacations.
Torsten raises his glass and lets out a bit of a bellow, and the frost giant next to him just glares at him.
Would Perith notice the glare? He's not really facing that way, probably not.
You can roll a perception if you like.
Dallas. Oh!
Ooh!
That was a nasty glare.
Harith has never been more observant in his life.
He could feel that one.
Parith is so observant, he might have figured out how Deadeye manages to drink booze despite being a skeleton.
Where does it go?
It's just very dehydrated skin.
Parith's third eye twitches, and he turns around to see this glare, and he gives him kind of a glare back and says, I'm sorry, we've gotten you one too, but a little short on funds. Next time, my friend.
The frost giant actually gives you a rather warm grin and says, "Oh, have no worry, little orc. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned about being left out of the drinking. It is our young, eager friend here finishing the contract with these backstabbers that has me ill of spirit."
Backstabbers, you say? I do not like people being tricked out of work.
You were going to say backstabbed. I was going to have Zahn be like, what?
Yeah.
Hey, they happen.
Hey!
Turns to the little frost giant. Have you been treated ill by anyone?
Oh, no! They're going to pay me fair and square if I can finish the project. I don't know what happened to the money that was meant for the rest of the lot, but they promised me Jeffrey's hand in marriage if I finish it on time.
At the mention of not knowing what happened to the money for the rest of the lot, Parrot drinks slower, and I don't know if he'd react on anything currently. Probably give the big frost giant a little nod of understanding.
Zahn, what is your plan?
So Jean's excited about this. She's had 11 beers. She has a request for Patrick.
Patrick is eager for requests.
Brilliant. She is drunk enough that she wants him to play Chandelier by Sia.
That's fun.
It's that time of night. Got it.
Only
yeah,
if
it
you
is.
sing it, sister.
And she jumps up, climbs onto this barrel, her,
Okay.
No,
and
not
goes,
wrecking
I
ball.
wanna swing from the giant's ear, from the giant's ear. And she grabs this horn from this frost giant and just starts like Olympic, like the uneven bars. Yes, this is what
I
she's
need
going
an
for in her drunken
athletics
manner.
check.
Yes. Oh, we we're gonna find out what happens. Sometimes we're good at these. Sometimes we're not bad, not bad, not bad.
Terrible. You rip his helmet off and are now wearing it as a body helmet on the floor. He's looking down.
I'm not wearing it as a body helmet, Dallas. I am now hiding under it and crawling under the table. Like this is now. I'm now a tank. I am
Are
a
you
human
dragging
tank.
the helmet with you under the table?
Zon.
Yeah, it's my armor.
Rowan tears a page out of the dwarf sketchbook next to her and writes a 6 on it and holds it up.
I am now a human tank, and I am making tank noises.
What sentence is written on it, and who are you holding it up for?
Oh no, writes a 6. 6 out of 10.
I got it.
And a 6 from the Romanov judge. I mean, from the Rowan judge.
All right, Zon, you're sliding under the table.
Oh yeah, scurrying, one might say. And for
Scurrying.
the audience clarification, because I had a question from the audience, there's like the dagger throwing happened because fucking Freebird
Because
from
it's Freebird.
fucking Patrick.
But also Fanan asked for it.
Ugh, fucking Fanan. It's okay.
That's not his name.
That's fair.
Nice.
That's real fair. Okay, tanks under the
Cedric
table.
is looking at Zon, looking at the large frost giant, looking back at Zon, and drop kicks a bit of cheese under the helmet.
And you just see my arm like go up, snatch it, pull it in, and you're munching noises along with that. I'm a tank.
Yeah, but I'm a turtle.
Rowan, what are you doing?
You are truly among your people right now with your fart problem. Let's just be.
You know what? We're vibing. We're
probably
rating.
within an
gymnastics.
hour of purging your fart problem.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She's got more mushrooms.
Listen, we're good on the mushrooms because we have alcohol now, and the alcohol is not chaos alcohol to our knowledge.
Ta-da!
So yeah, she's just drinking. I don't know how much of that bottle of wine she has left, but I think seems like there's a party down at the other end. So having feeling a little guilty maybe for ripping a page out of a sketchbook from the emo dwarf. Just making her way downtown, walking fast. Seasons pass, and I'm homebound.
And the farts are one.
These two are very drunk. Patrick is the worst, but he's singing. It's fine. Chandelier
He
slaps.
is. So after he's done with Chandelier, he does a "This one's for Fanan" and starts in
Hell yeah.
on Whiskey in the Jar, but it's not like the classic folk version of Whiskey in the Jar. It's the terrible metal cover
Oh.
by Metallica.
Oh. Okay. Got it.
Ah, yes, one of those.
Yeah, I think that sends Rowan crawling under the table because going around is too slow to come over here. That's a little further away from all that.
Oi, what you doing under the table?
Loud, bad music.
Parith, any response to that?
Oh wow. I did not see that Rowan had appeared out from under
She
the
crawled
table.
under the table. She snuck up on you.
Yeah, Perth's perception was on the giant, not the other direction. He'll turn around, kind of startled, and well, I'm afraid it's not much quieter over here, but we don't got the loud music. And now starts listening and is looking around for Zahn, but Zahn is.
Oh, and Rowan. I mean, I don't know if she could tell what he's looking for, but
Cannot see anything.
Rowan has seen something. And just kind of still holding the paper, indicates a shuffling giant helmet on the floor.
Is anyone surprised by this?
Okay, Perth. Is Zahn looking out from this helmet at all, or is just like cow?
Only when she eats more cheese.
And then it's just a
Shipwreck
hand,
is-
right?
Is
Okay.
fulfilling
Yes,
your need for cheese.
What a good
Brilliant.
sport.
It's a good boy.
All right. I think we're probably good then.
We're gonna pause here for our 10-minute break, a little bit late. But we will be back at 9:10 Central Time. I will see you all then.
Sweet.
Great.
You're
Oh my god, if anybody's there, there's a possum in my backyard and it's cool. Hey, possum.
Did you make it safely back from your marketplace adventure then?
I appreciate that question. I am leaving my abode, my new abode, where the marketplace delivery would have happened,
Okay.
to go to the safe abode,
Okay.
and there was no transaction, so
Okay.
no murder yet. I was definitely starting to get some sketch vibes though, and
Yeah.
was like, it's real late and there's no one here, and no one else knows I'm here, so I'm gonna go home.
Yep. Sounds like a plan. Go home.
Yeah, no one's trying to get stabbed. No one's trying to get stabbed. So, yeah. There we go. But I'm kind of disappointed that it didn't happen, but you know what else? It's alright. We
It happens.
didn't get stabbed. Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
nothing happening is better than something happening.
You know, that's real. Real.
Specifically with this group.
Yep.
But sometimes things have to happen, okay?
It's true.
Oh,
and
I've
you're
loved-
very good
I've
at making
loved
them
it.
happen.
I've loved this scene too. There's been a lot of nothing that's happened and it's been wonderful. We're not stressed. There's no infection trying to kill us. It's fine.
Oh, I lost everybody. Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Yep.
Oh, good, good, good. Sorry, Karina was in the middle of saying something about the scene, and I disconnected from Wi-Fi.
It was just that nothing has happened in this scene, and it's been wonderful, essentially, given how a lot has been happening in a lot of scenes for us recently. Vacation is good.
Oh, vacation is nice. I can just be a tank, and no one's gonna try and stab me. It's really nice.
Turtles on, turtles on. Does whatever a turtle's on does.
Does.
Does she hide beneath the helmet? You know she does. That's why her name is on. Look out! Here comes the
Look out for
turtles
turtles
on.
This is my new favorite. Thank you.
You have a theme song now.
Ah, yes. Finally, what I've been waiting for, guys.
My day has arrived.
When Yelena shows up, is she gonna keep singing?
I thought about that since we've been making like direct references to like things that have just happened like in character. I was like, I might need Yelena singing in my life. Like the entire vacation like beach arc, since we're not really having an episode, we're having a beach arc or like a hot springs arc. It just turns into a musical because Yelena shows up.
Oh, one of the 6 potions, man. One of the 6 potions.
Yep.
I have to know, Dallas. Do you know what the 6 mystery potions do? Or are they on? Do I have to roll for it? Are they on your chart?
At one point in time, I had written down what they all did, but it did not make the transition from physical notes to digital notes, and I don't know why.
No.
So you'll probably end up rolling random, except to the fact that they're not prismatic potions. I gave you colors for each of them. If you remember what colors they are, I will try
Not
to
a
remember what they specifically
Chance
did.
in heckins. Because remember, I used to write notes and then I didn't.
When did Zon get those? That was a while ago.
Zon
Ooh,
came in with them.
I was on
And not
had
with
them.
them. Zon did not have them. Zon got them in her first episode.
Oh,
Was
okay.
that? Oh shoot. Okay. Well, I mean, I can try and look it up. I don't know if Dallas said what those colors were out loud, but if
Oh, if he didn't say them out loud, then I'd have them in a message.
You'd
I would have
think,
to
yeah.
go back and do the searching. No, it wouldn't have been the first episode, because first episode I was dangling from a cord,
Correct.
and then we
We did
fell out of a
fighting.
tower.
yeah.
Oh, but I did get him.
Oh, you
That
got it
was
from
Odin
Stanford.
present. Okay.
Yes,
that
it was
narrows
Odin
down.
present.
That
Yes,
narrows
yes.
it down a little bit.
It was in that tower after I tied the guy to me, because Karina saved me.
Oh, yeah, Ingrid, yeah, because I wasn't Sasha then. Okay, let's see. So that's definitely in my other notebook.
Zon misses Ingrid. Ingrid is
Karina
incredibly
has
empathetic.
no idea why. Like, you think Sasha's bad at talking? At least Sasha's nice. Like, Ingrid is not nice. Not a nice individual.
And yet Zon loves her.
Karina was flabbergasted by that. I'm not gonna lie. Like the fact that Zon like immediately latched onto Ingrid, and Karina's sitting here like, and like I know this character, and I'm like, Ingrid's not a nice person. Like Ingrid would kill you in a heartbeat. Like not you specifically, just like Ingrid would not think anything about it and just like slit someone's throat. Like I
But the
don't know.
first thing Ingrid did was be a disembodied voice that saved Zon.
Yeah,
I
Zon
guess
was
that's
the
true.
human component in a ritual when you found her.
Oh right, no, I remember. I don't remember what Ingrid said.
She said, it was we were in the tower and it was about to fall, and there was like some shadow creature, and she was like, either like it's behind you or don't step backwards, or like some sort of warning, like don't
Yeah.
get got.
So Ingrid created darkness, and then Ingrid was the only one who could see inside the magical darkness. And
Oh,
was
that's
all
right.
around.
Yeah, because Ingrid can summon shadows, and they get like advantage if they're in darkness or someplace that they can hide or something like that. And so the shadows were running down the hall attacking things. So yeah, it was probably instructions of like come this way or whatever.
Yes.
Come hither.
Which then I think what happened was Zon, because the tower lurched, Zon just like slammed into Ingrid, and Ingrid was like, I mean, yeah, I guess that was technically the
Hugging.
one way to do that. Yeah, that was definitely, yeah. Zon just immediately like latch. Well, that is in fact a thing that was said. That was Christmas. Where am I? Okay, no, that's November. I'm too far now. Let's see.
Arwen, it's not about you.
But
It's
it is, you don't
always
understand.
about the cat.
It's always about Arwen specifically.
Okay.
Baby.
Man, I get it. I get it. You're hangry. I know. You have like 2
Cauldron.
entire
Oh yeah,
hours
yeah.
though, so
No, I don't have the colors, so it might have been sent to you. All I have is 6 vials of liquid with card.
With card, okay.
Yeah, it was a
well,
box
then-
with a latch, and then there were 6 vials of liquid in it, and there was a card in it.
And then my question to you is, what was the date? Do you recall?
12/14 last year.
December 14th of last year. Brilliant.
Mhm,
When I'm
yeah.
inside on the Wi-Fi's, I will do some digging. Though I'm fairly certain I was just told 6 different colors. But we will find
that
out.
sounds right. Like I feel
that
like
sounds accurate.
yeah, like we knew that. Like maybe Dallas said it out loud that they were each of a different color.
But
I
I
don't-
distinctly remember writing down 6 different colors and then writing next to them what they each did.
Are you sure it wasn't just the 6 colors of the rainbow?
I mean, it's possible.
I would quite frankly be ideal, but you know, hey. Child, yes, I return.
My goodness,
You're not
ma'am.
abandoned.
Oh, there is crying occurring.
I can
That's
hear
not
the
even my
cries.
baby.
That
Is
was
everybody
our
back?
one.
Are we ready to get back to this?
I am ready.
Yeah.
Here.
I think yeah, everybody's here.
Callan, besides
Yes?
absolutely toasting yourself on this fire, what are you doing?
Well, actually, he only have that one slice of meat. He's going to order some victuals. Something a little bit more substantial. In fact, it's been a while since he has had venison. So he was thinking it looked quite tasty. Oh, there it is. Look.
What was that?
I'm trying to scroll to the menu, but my I can't control the mouse right now. He'll have the roasted venison.
The roasted venison? How are you going to go about ordering this? You are
Actually,
on the
he'll
far
get
side of
it-
the room from the bar. However, there is a
Yeah,
raven
he's
on
gonna
the
make
mantle.
his way. He's going to make his way to the counter to order.
Make his way downtown.
Yep.
Okay. You approach the counter, and Logan and Harl are chit-chatting calmly behind it. But Logan looks up as you approach. Oh, hello again. Do you need more beer?
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I wonder where I could purchase an entree.
Oh, right here. Just let me know what you'd like.
I'll have the roasted venison, please.
Ah, specifically the venison. Jaffrey will be
Fine.
grateful to you.
It's been a
Oh,
while.
go sit down. It'll come right out.
Thank you. And Cullen will go sit by Deadeye.
Deadeye slides a glass of wine your direction.
I really
May-
thought you were going to say slides a dagger in your direction.
May I offer
glass of
you
wine has
some
a dagger in
wine?
He just enjoys offering things, okay?
He's a very generous
Alan?
skeleton.
He's a southern gentleman.
Helen takes the wine and admires it a bit. Says, "Thank you for this wine. It reminds me of someone." And then
Skeletons can't smile, but you can tell Deadeye is pleased.
Deadeye, are you secretly Arthur this whole time?
Oh my god.
The plot twists!
Oh,
The
God.
plot thickens!
Wouldn't that make Arthur Finan's grandson?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Don't.
You weren't supposed to think about it that hard, guys!
It's too late! I've thought about it.
Fanan tells stories, alright?
Patrick starts playing I'm My Own Grandpa.
As I nearly spew my drink everywhere.
Then Callum will turn to Deadeye and say, "Well, how are you faring this evening?"
Oh, I've been far worse than at a place surrounded by merriment and good food. Can't say that squirrel's much for company, though.
Oh,
He's a little nutty.
it's
It's
a
okay.
shame. Will you be staying here long?
Well, I imagine, with my fate being tied to yours as it is, that I will be here as long as you and your companions are.
Oh, forgive me. You said fate. Yes.
Yes.
For a moment there, I heard you say face, and it was quite a strange picture to imagine your face tied to mine.
I
As you can
don't
imagine.
properly have a face, indicates skeleton. But I understand your misinterpretation of my accent, and no offense is taken.
Good. I'm glad. Yes. So, what do you intend to do here?
I intend to enjoy good wine and good company and a good fight if Zon gets her way, alongside the best companions I have ever had.
Then I don't think you'll be disappointed. He's already tried to strike Fanan tonight.
A woman with a cat on her shoulder comes out with a tray of roasted venison and places it down in front of you, Callan.
Ah,
Are
thank
you
you.
the one who ordered the venison?
Yes, that is me.
I would like to thank you. Me and my pet pigs thank you in equal measure.
You're welcome.
She walks away, but the cat stays.
Goes to Deadeye and is like, "Would you like to partake of this as well?"
I
I can have
never
a second
was
plate
much
brought out
of
for
one
you.
for the finer meats. They lose a bit of texture when you do not have a tongue, but I will share it with you if it will make you feel better.
Do what you wish. It will not matter much to me, as long as you're comfortable. That's all. And Callan will start to dig in, trusting that if Deadeye would like some, he will just get a plate and get it. Or section someone.
The cat also definitely wants some, and is looking at you very expectantly.
Who?
The cat.
Oh, the cat. Callum looks up, confused at first, and then recognizes the face and says, "Oh, fine. Coming for you."
Are you giving little cuts to the cat?
Yes.
The cat is grateful and will remember this.
Everyone likes that.
Someone got my reference.
And so that's what Callum is doing.
Excellent. We're gonna go back to the Perith, Rowan, Torskin, Peter conglomerate.
Call this meeting to order?
I don't think this is a meeting, and I think things are beginning to taste more and more sour as the music is continuing to go downhill.
Yes.
Perth, all
Give
this
that one
time
more
has
drink.
been wanting to tell Zon to do her job, but she's not around, so Perth would like to shut Patrick up.
What is Perith going to do to shut Patrick up?
Tell me you knew.
You know,
All you have to say is, fucking
the
shut up,
typical,
Patrick.
like,
And Zon will
body
pop out.
slam.
Sorry, what was all of that, Zon?
Ignore me. Ignore me. Just know that in the future, if you call for Zon's aid, she'll be there.
Turtles on. Turtles on.
So, Perth will set his glass gingerly down and say, "Excuse me while I change the song," and then just go for it.
What does go for it mean?
Like a straight beeline across the table to tackle him.
To tackle? I need an athletics check.
That's how you turn off a jukebox, right? You just go straight for the bear hug.
Yep.
Number to beat's 20.
Ooh, that's rough.
Ooh! I'm impressed.
No,
Fucking
not quite.
Patrick!
Patrick sidesteps, continuing to strum loudly as Perith hits the deck.
Oh,
Zon,
down
excited
he
by the noise,
goes.
pops out.
Suddenly, he changes to Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat Benatar.
Fucking Patrick.
God, shut your brother up!
Launch away!
Zon would like to pop out at the call, at her beck and call.
Caw-caw!
Her life's, like, purpose
Life
has
work.
been,
Yeah.
yes, it's been requested, and she is here to save whatever she can in her very drunk turtle Zon.
Excellent. So you're coming out from under the table.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're still in the helmet though, but we are out from under the table.
I
Oh,
need
go
you to
Patrick
make
bowling.
a dexterity saving throw.
Just suddenly,
Okay.
ooh, Barracuda!
Dun, 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 dun.
Sorry, we're doing 11
Zon
hate this idea.
tries to get out from under the helmet.
Zon, I need you to make a dex check. Dexterity saving throw.
I'm aware, I'm working on, this is real D&D, Dallas. We're working on it.
Do you need me to roll it for you?
Crunch a number.
No,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I really hope not. Okay, and Dex, right here. Oh, maybe you should have rolled it for me.
What'd you get?
14.
Oh, it's not terrible.
I've rolled worse, that's for sure.
As you are walking by with the helmet, the frost giant just picks it up off of you and puts it back on his head.
Oh, can I try and hang on to it?
That was the dexterity save.
Damn it.
I assumed you
fine.
would want to try to hang on to it.
Thank
like
you.
You
Safe
knew.
assumption.
Yeah, I feel like that was safe.
Like my DM knows me. Okay,
I try.
Well- thank you. I feel so loved. Okay, we're gonna like ninja roll over to Patrick. Like, hoo-ha, roll, hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha!
And then jump up on the table, take a piece of cheese, and just put it over his head like a wheel of cheese and try and smash his face
I need you
through
to
the
make
wheel of
a
cheese.
melee attack. It is strength based. You are not proficient, so just roll a strength
Okay.
check. Once again, Patrick is going to get a dexterity save.
He's been
So the
rolling
number to
those,
beat
too.
is 13.
I got 15! Cheese face.
You slam a head of cheese over Patrick.
Yes!
You could call him a cheesehead now if you wanted to.
I'm gonna. Cheesy McCheesehead.
Taunts
And
him.
then I salute Paris and say, always at your service. And then I'm gonna bound over. I'm gonna get back
There
down
is
like I have
still
my helmet.
mandolin music playing, although Patrick
What?
cannot sing since he is cheeseheaded.
Rowan
Okay,
scrolls
well-
a 10 on the other side of the paper and holds it up.
Paris just asked me to shut him up, so I did.
Yep.
Now we're gonna roll like we're crawling back over, like we still have the helmet, even though we don't have the helmet, to the bar for more beer. Yes, this is a Kronk moment if there ever were.
I am here for your Kronk moment.
Thank
And
you.
Ludgun is giving you 2 more beers as Harl Elfet is just shaking his head.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sasha, Fanan, what's shaking?
Is all of that raucous
Yes.
evident from outside the tavern?
I
could
would
definitely
assume
hit
so.
Perth in his metal armor hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Hitting the floor and being like, Zon, shut your brother up. I think Fanam will turn back to Sasha and say, well, it sounds like they're playing my song, so...
In true Sasha fashion, she will suddenly look over at you and go, Fanan, why are you a bear?
I thought it'd be nice to keep you company.
Well, but you can keep me company without being a bear. You don't have to do that.
Bear kind of shrugs and then drops the sky.
Sasha, it's cold outside.
No, it's not.
DM, why are you like this?
Who said that?
He'll go ahead and drop disguise self, and he'll say, anyway, I'll be in there.
She'll kind of follow after you as you're sort of heading in, and she'll be like,
I don't understand. You don't have to be a bear to keep me company. You can just be Fanan. You were just
I
Fanan
fit in
anyway. I
better.
really don't understand. No.
Too bad there's no dragons to keep me company.
I
Keep
do-
wishing.
I do know
Maybe I'll
one.
hear you.
I don't know how to get a hold of them though.
Just call Pride. Just pick up the phone, call Pride.
I mean, on a complete, she'll just yell Pride's name out the door. Pride, are you here somewhere? Shrug, and then she'll go back inside.
Fanan,
the shot.
you see this scene. Amelia is cheering.
Yes.
Fantastic. That is exactly.
Zon flexes in Amelia's general direction.
Amelia is throwing coinage and various clothing garments your direction.
Yes.
Various ones.
Are
Hey,
any
I
of
like
them
you're
real
going to get
close?
your set back.
I like to imagine Zon is doing the I think I dropped my beach ball over there, like the muscle, like.
Oh yeah.
Zon,
yeah.
what was
See my
your
beach
question?
ball?
About where are any of them?
Rope.
No, none of them are rope. Parith, what was your
None of them
comment?
are rope based. Damn it.
Oh, I was mentioning that's one way to get your pirate set back.
This is true.
Fanan, you should probably pick those up before Zon decides that she wants them.
Yeah, I will just take those off.
Gather up his girlfriend's clothes. It's
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine.
This is fine.
It's fine. This may not be the first time.
Ah, yes, I recognize
hope
this
it's not
trail.
Patrick is looking around confused, mostly because Patrick can't see through cheese. He doesn't have cheese vision.
On my drink.
I
Don't
do
die,
not
Karina.
have cheese
Is
vision.
that related to like true sight? He doesn't have true sight, so we can't see through the cheese.
Correct.
Excellent.
He is eating his way out valiantly, though.
As one should.
I mean, what else would you do if you suddenly became a cheesehead?
Cry?
Oh, eat your way out. Stuff's delicious.
So, seeing the scene, besides gathering clothes, Fanan, what are you doing?
I'm pretty content that everyone here seems to be having a good time.
Is that what you call this?
Karina's
Yeah.
trying to think of how many taverns Sasha has been in, and I'm pretty sure it's the one, the seedy one. that we
Taverns
went
are like
into.
libraries.
They're all different.
You should have seen the face Sasha said. Like, the face Sasha made when you said taverns are like libraries. Her eyes got really big, and she was like, no. And she immediately started looking around for librarians.
Library
Ah.
PTSD.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know-
I mean, basically.
You know that this is not like a library because we entered through the front door.
Oh, you right.
Also true.
Sasha was very confused about that at the time, though, so...
Rowan, Torsten
Yes.
is gonna take his leave. Well, I wanna get back to work if I'm gonna be a handsome groom, you know?
You're going to be great, she says, and drunkenly Druid crafts some flower petals after him.
Here comes the groom, there goes the groom.
And he's to head back out to the stables to keep working on it.
Bye. Peter,
Peter, what are you doing?
how's
Yeah,
it
Ro?
going? We haven't talked in so long.
I mean, yeah.
How
Been kinda
are
busy.
you? Yeah, me too, you know, we needed this, okay?
How's God life?
You know, it's kind of, it's like it's the same, except it's also not the same. It's all very new, and honestly, I think statistically at this point, for most of it, I've been tipsy.
I mean, I don't know much about the gods, but aren't they all, like, drunk and screwing around all the time?
Lol.
You know, I don't really know much about it either, so based exclusively on myself, I'm going to say yes.
Well, that certainly informs Sasha's opinion of them.
Right. How is Sasha? I mean, I know how Sasha is, but how do you think Sasha is?
Peter leans in conspiratorially. Actually, if I'm being honest, I'm kind of worried about her.
And Rowan will try to whisper, oh.
Life's been coming at her pretty fast these days, and I don't know, I'm just worried. I've not seen her like this before. I think this vacation will be good for her.
You guys should take some really relaxing walks together, I think.
I'm hoping I can get her up to the hot springs.
Oh, Peter!
There is a wink and a nudge going on after that comment.
You're too smooth. Smooth bear.
Peter looks very pleased with himself.
Rowan has finished her wine and is just vibing.
We can tell. Drunk Rowan and Peter combo's been the best. Ugh.
Callan, any comments?
Callan will turn to the frost giant beside him and say, "Well, what brings you into the tavern?"
The frost giant actually smiles down at you.
Oh, I forget. Wait, I'm talking the wrong language.
No,
Uh,
this frost giant speaks common. He's been shown to speak common before.
Really?
Yes.
The one in the middle, this one had trouble. This other one,
Okay.
but not
And-
the one you're talking to.
And like Sasha
this
has
one's
been
fucking
talking to the
hard.
giants in giant, and that like gets their attention.
She didn't mean to in that way. She's
But no, this one smiles down at you and says, "Well, little dragon, I come in here for a good meal and a warm fire. What brings you here?"
My companions and I are about the same. We are here for a respite from our travels and a slight vacation.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am Ivan. Some call me the Gentle. How may I call you?
You may call me Callan.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, Callan. From where do you
Likewise.
hail?
From the distant land. No, I forgot.
That's okay. Ah, so not from the island then. Always interesting to see a world traveler here.
We've been
You know-
traveling quite far on that continent. And then another island, but not much further.
Are you what they would consider well-traveled?
I doubt that. No, that title belongs to the gentleman at the end of the table.
Oh, I know Citric. Don't believe a word he says.
That's good to know. Because I was under the impression he knew much more than he ought. It was strange.
He thinks he knows many things. The disdain is not even being hidden. Actually, I was going to ask you if you might do me a small favor. I can pay, if that is helpful to you.
And what is that?
You're an outsider. You're impartial. We had a business agreement with the owners of this tavern that they have not met their end of. I was wondering if you would do me the favor of looking into it.
As long as it doesn't require anything illegal, I don't mind looking into it for you. And just reporting to you what they tell me.
The only illegal activity has been them not paying us for our work. They claim they did. And yet we received no payment.
No payment. Are those your companions over there? The other frost giant.
Them, the boy. There's a few more of us up north in the hot springs.
And not one of you has received a payment.
Not a copper. We built them this wondrous lodge, and they paid us nere a copper for it.
I'll see what I can find out and let you know.
That
I
would
can't
be
promise
most
more than
generous of you. Would you prefer your payment in coin or magical items?
Magical items will be fine.
Excellent. If you can return the payment to us, I will give you 5 items of wondrous power. If you discover the discrepancy, I can give you 2. If you can make them look bad in the process, I'll give you 2 extra.
Understood. I will see what I can do.
Good. Now drink. Be merry.
Thank
They
you.
serve fantastic food here, and I'm certain we're not in a rush. It's been years since we built this place, and any trail you would start on is likely already cold, so eat the venison while it's hot.
That is helpful information. I shall know how to approach the subject now. But by the way, have you tried the venison? It's fantastic.
I've always been more of a fan of the pork myself.
Well, try the venison. The chef and her pigs might thank you.
She's not the chef. Her brother's the chef. She
Oh, what?
runs the stable and herds all the cats.
Oh, like the one who wanted a bite of my dinner.
Ivan flicks a piece of ham at said cat that catches it out of the air. Yes, that one.
That cat is living his best life, no doubt about it.
There are many more upstairs.
Oh,
Yes,
Are they-
Jaffe,
are they
she
not-
has a bit of a thing for cats.
are we running a cat hotel also?
He goes back to his drink. He has implored upon you enough of your time.
Alright, Callan goes back to eating.
Parith, have you picked yourself up off the floor?
Pretty comfortable down there, yeah?
He would have picked himself up. Seeing how his friends have kind of dispersed here, oh no, he has pancakes. He has to go back and get his pancakes.
Oh
Must
no.
return for the pancakes!
Oh no!
Was the
Right,
best
right.
Oh no, my
Mommy.
pancakes.
No,
Excellent.
So yeah, he's definitely coming back to finish off his pancakes.
Excellent. Fanan, Sasha,
Honestly, Sasha's probably awkward as hell standing near the door.
excellent. I relate to this.
Yep. Like, we're gonna say, not in front of the door, but like if Fanan, moved, Karina's assuming Fanan did go ahead and started picking up the trail of his girlfriend's clothes. Sasha just kind of will stand there for a second and just kind of looks around and then just awkwardly is standing next to the door where she won't get hit by it if it opens.
Fanan, in the various clothes are Robert's regalia. And assorted undergarments.
May
One of them
just,
is yours.
So, that solves some other problems, actually. So, yeah, I may sort these out here.
That corset can hold a lot, It's got storage space.
What is
Storage
it? Opera
capacity.
pocket? Is that the correct term?
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
Well, that would be like the boob pocket is the opera pocket, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I will sort those out into what's hers and what's mine and what's
Ours?
going to be mine.
Yours, mine, ours.
Yeah.
The hours pile is where the Roberts regalia is going.
yeah.
She did get kidnapped for that, after all. Partial ownership.
Ownership by right of kidnapping.
Yeah. Yeah, I will certainly, I don't feel like changing boots and all right now, but I will put on the hat.
Excellent. Patrick, meanwhile, has managed to get his head out of the cheese.
Oh no.
Zahn, do you respond to this in any way?
I think I'm still over by the bar,
You are.
You're within.
but I think that means I'm
20
within
feet of it.
distance.
Yeah.
You're within 20 feet of him.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yep.
Okay, good. So he's no longer cheesehead. I'm now going for a loaf of bread.
Excellent. He has set the cheese down. He picked his mandolin back up, tuned it a little bit, plucked a couple strings to make sure it was in tune, brings his hand up really high and goes, "Somebody once told me."
And as his hand goes up high, I just take the loaf and put it over his hand.
That is genius.
That is a sleight of hand check.
But that is
Brilliant.
genius also.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand versus his
I'm
wisdom.
not good at that.
He's not good at wisdom.
Yay! That's
He is
a
not at all good at wisdom.
He
Well,
got
we-
a
we
2 on his
established-
wisdom.
Wow.
Zon got a
That's a
13 on
bad
her sleight of hand. So
He,
he
like-
strums with bread, and the sound is odd, and he doesn't make it past the first line of the song. He's looking at his hand in immense confusion. He's had enough beers that you think he might think his hand turned into bread.
He had, yeah, that, I mean, wheat is a thing. That's obviously magic beer.
My fingers are knives.
What
Did
was
anyone
that?
get that 911 call reference?
Yes. I got you. I got you.
Thank you. Thank you. Does it stop him from playing, though?
It does stop him playing. He's now staring at his hands.
Okay. Okay,
Right.
good.
Eat
If it didn't, I was going to try and sleight of hand his loot for a different loaf of bread.
You can still do that.
Yeah, I feel like you should definitely still do that though.
Number to beat this time
Well, I
is
don't
8.
Huh?
The number to beat this time is 8.
Oh, I bet we can do that.
Don't jinx it.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I put some juju out there.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
Oh, we
suspicious.
double tapped, but guess what? Both of them are good.
22 on your sleight of hand, and he's holding a loaf of
John,
bread in his
no.
hand where his loot used to be, and now he thinks he's having the weirdest acid trip of his life, and he doesn't remember taking acid.
Can I use it at 19 to put bread for his feet, too?
Yes.
Zon, do you remember that moment you had with the spoons?
He's having that with body parts.
Yeah, you are now breading him instead of utensiling him. He has a bread
Yeah.
complex. The bread curse. It's
Zon,
spreading.
Red Dead Redemption.
Zon, you have
Yes.
a loot now.
I have a loot! Oh! I have a loot rather than just loot. This is new. If
Are
I
you
still
gonna
have my
play a
turtle
tacky
bell,
song by
I...
Smash Mouth?
I need you to play the Romani Rhapsody. That's what I need you to play.
I take it to Fanan. No. I take it to Parith, because Parith the one that wanted me to shut him up. I kneel before Parith and present him with the loot, and say, "Do with it as you must." I salute him and start crawling again like I still have my tank.
Dun, dun, dun,
Parrot,
dun.
you have
Yeah.
a loot.
Surprise.
Parth now is holding a loot.
Yes.
And Parith is probably going to take that loot and turn around and say, "Well, I'm sorry that our conversation was interrupted earlier. I will help you get paid for the work that you've done. I understand how serious this is.
Oh, he
Ivan,
went back to work.
But in the meantime, why don't you take this?
How
I
much does
understand it's
Parith
very
like to drink?
valuable, at least to this guy.
are you offering it to Ivan?
Yes, because he was the one who had concerns about money, right?
That is correct. He's
Yeah.
also the one who implored Callan to figure out where their payment went.
Yeah, but Parith wasn't around for that,
Correct.
so he has no idea about that.
Yes. Ivan looks at the loot and takes it and hooks it on the horn of one of his helmet, of one side of his helmet.
The gift of music is nothing to scoff at, alright?
And gives you a
So-
generous bow.
And Parrot feels like the loot has been hidden well enough.
You know, honestly, Patrick's probably not gonna look that high for it.
Yeah.
Is Patrick
He's
one of those
expecting it
people
to
who
be
just
made of bread anyway.
doesn't look up?
He's just, yeah, he's crying in the corner with his loaf of bread, thinking that it was his loot.
Y'all are gonna give Patrick a complex. You realize that?
Sadly singing, "Where
We've
has my loot gone?"
Turned
in the
him
corner.
into Javert. So
Yes.
upset over a loaf of bread.
We're gonna Jokerify him.
I mean,
One bad day is all it takes.
Oh, you really do live in a society.
He do be the BBEG.
Dallas, you do understand that this is a character that the first 2 sessions was around tried to kill Parrot, while
Yes.
Parrot ignored him.
Yes. No, I'm fully aware of all of this.
I feel no sympathy towards Patrick.
mm-hmm.
Well, does anyone else have anything they'd like to do tonight in the last 10 minutes? Or should we go ahead and call it and wait for Yelena before we get into the really thick plot?
I mean, we already know that Deadeye is actually Arthur Dallas, so there's no. Like,
There's no more thick plots. That's just that's the end of it.
we already figured that one out.
You've
so,
never
like,
seen them in the same room.
We have not heard bubbles popping since Deadeye showed up. Can I
Oh,
just
true.
say?
It's very true.
There have not been any notes in the pocket. Like,
I mean, there haven't been any notes in the pocket in a while, to be fair.
For the record, Vaughn doesn't know what notes in the pockets are.
that is how Arthur would communicate to Callan. Arthur
is-
being Callan's
yeah.
boyfriend.
God.
Arthur being an incubus.
Mm-hmm.
An incubus?
Arthur
Like
being
a
the reason
succubus,
why.
but a dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
being the reason why Rowan has the horns and tail.
He's like my horrible older brother I never asked for.
But this is also an incubus that does wear a shirt now. We convinced them to wear a shirt.
This
It's
is
not-
not-
Isn't it the world's sluttiest V-neck?
Yeah, I was
It
like,
is. There is a picture somewhere.
Okay,
I
There is a
Not at all,
picture.
but-
guys,
It
a
does have
vest is not a shirt. I don't know what you keep going on about, but just because it has a little part together in the front doesn't make it a
Are
shirt.
the nipples covered?
I will go
so.
find the picture.
I don't think they are. I'm pretty sure they're just there.
Well, the nipple line.
He's not even like.
I
I
think
wish.
it's more like a vest.
See, and I wish
I
it
think
was a
it's
crop
more
top.
like a
Like, let's
vest.
be real. I kind of want it to be a shirt because he'd wear a crop top or like a
He would
bandeau
kill
bra.
a crop
Like,
top. He'd look so good.
just.
Can we
just-
revisit? Can we revisit what Kevin said about something about just below the nipple line?
No, just above.
Oh,
the-
okay.
the vest.
Like, that's how far
Even
the
better!
comes up.
The picture in question that we are using for Arthur is in now the By the Frost chat. And
Oh,
the
there-
nipples
yeah,
are
that was it.
covered.
So it is a shirt!
Yes.
Fair.
Not a shirt. Look at that. He's wearing 2 vests.
No, he's got. There's buttons. And
That is on the
sleeves.
vest.
Would you? It's a
He
sleeved
has-
vest.
He has 2 vests.
There might be more buttons there than we know about. He just chooses not to use them.
Buttons are a choice.
Arthur made none of them.
It's a lifestyle choice, and he rejects it.
Excellent.
Well, I have homework. I need to find what color my potions are, or Dallas will make them up again.
That is true. Goodbye to all the lovely people viewing in the stream. We will be back next week, this time with a singing Dragonborn Muscle Cleric.
Yep. Same bat time. Same bat channel.
Yerp.
We'll see you all then. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.